Billionaire Mark Cuban had some fine words to say about those of us, you and me, that invest in precious metals. Specifically, he was speaking about people who buy gold as an investment, but by default, don't you think that he's also referring to those of us that own physical silver? He said that if you buy gold as an investment, you're basically dumb as... I'll leave it to your imagination, but the word starts with the letter F. I bet you can figure it out. Here's my question for you. Do you think maybe Mark has a hidden agenda? Is there something behind the reason why he decided to use such harsh words when discussing people who buy gold? Let's talk about what he said. Let's see if what he said makes any sense. And let's talk about this potential hidden agenda, and let's do it right now. You know, before we feel too bad about being called dumb by a billionaire, let's remember that we're in good company. Because for over 5,000 years, people have been using gold and silver, for that matter, as a store of value. So we're just the most recent in a long, long lineage of dummies that have used precious metals to store value. And those of us that are 5,000 years old, that's right, you and me, we can vouch that gold and silver have done a pretty good job. When you look at the 5,000-day track record for cryptocurrency, well, it's a little shaky. But let's move on to specifically about what Mark had to say. He seems to be a little confused because he does talk about gold being a good store of value, but he also says that Bitcoin is a good store of value. Then he seems to confuse digital gold with real physical gold, and again, for that matter, silver, that an individual investor might have in their possession. But then he talks about holding physical metal, and he says, well, if all hell breaks loose, somebody's going to steal your gold, your silver anyway. But isn't that the case with anything? Like if there's a big major war, doesn't one country always steal from the other country? I mean, isn't that a risk with absolutely any asset class? And I would generally agree with him. Holding digital gold or digital silver, whether it be through one of those ETFs or any other manner, yes, you have counterparty risk, right? You have a risk associated because you're relying on another party to perform for you. But it's a completely different situation if somebody holds physical gold or silver in their possession. Yes, they have to protect it under the best of circumstances and the worst of circumstances, but there's a huge difference between digital gold and silver, digital Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and real physical metal that a person holds in their possession. Mark Cuban can insult our intelligence level all he wants. Hey, look, when he does come around to the gold and silver train, that'll be a lot more money coming into the sector, and I think it will happen. Until then, you can come down here and hang out with me, another one of your intellectually inferior friends who believes in the value of gold and silver. We'll hang out together because we are part of an elite crowd. A sliver of the population, which apparently does not include Mark Cuban, and that's fine. We'll be here for each other. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Now let's get back to the video. Then he goes on to say, well, what are people going to do if all hell breaks loose? Are they going to shave little pieces of gold off their gold bars to go buy what they need at the grocery store? Yeah, Mark, people have done that. Like in the last 5 or 6 years. Talk to people in Venezuela. Talk to people in any other number of countries that have experienced severe currency crisis. Yes, people do that. They will melt their gold down. They will cut it into fractional pieces. It happens all the time. I'm not saying it's the norm. And here in St. Louis, at least, I can't shave a piece off a little gold bar and go buy a loaf of bread. But in other places of the world, it does happen. And if a major currency crisis were to occur in the world, it could happen almost anywhere. And he's had the audacity in the past to refer to gold as a pet rock. Look, maybe it is a pet rock, and even call it a religion. I don't know, is it a religion? Are we cult members? I don't feel like I'm in a cult. I don't feel like I'm in a religion. I feel like I've examined information and identified something that's an outstanding store of value when I look at silver and when I look at gold. I mean, my kids, they play Nintendo. What do the Mario and Luigi, what are they always collecting during the Nintendo games? Gold coins, right? Gold is deeply ingrained into our society. Even kids today are learning about gold when they're playing Mario Brothers. I just went to the movie, saw Puss in Boots. It was a darn good movie, by the way, the new Puss in Boots. And several times during the movie, gold coins were featured as like a big prize or something that people were going after. So look, it's a part of our culture. It's a part of the world. It's valuable everywhere in the world. Take an ounce of gold anywhere on planet Earth and it will have value. And oh, by the way, it's had that value for thousands and thousands of years. Tell me, I won't even go down the crypto path with that one, but you know that's not the case, right? Cryptos at most are 5,000 days old. And we know the shaky foundation upon which that whole system is built. For him to say that about gold, I think is way off base. I don't think Mark really understands precious metals, and just because he's a billionaire who's aggressively acquired wealth, and I have respect for that, that's great, that doesn't mean that he understands the value that's inherent in the precious metals. And do me a favor, next time you see Mr. Cuban, point out to him this one small fact. The central banks of the world are holding and purchasing gold like never before. Don't forget, they're at the top of the financial system food chain. They are the most powerful financial institutions in the world. Does it equate that they're also holding and buying gold at a record pace? But is there possibly a hidden agenda behind what he said? I spoke to several people today who brought up the point that maybe, just maybe, Mark is developing a keen interest in the precious metals, and that he's saying this now to help talk down the price because he wants to acquire it on the cheap, right? Hey, look, the guy didn't get to be a billionaire by playing fair. So maybe he's developing an interest in our friend gold and silver. And in a month or two, we're going to hear about how Mark Cuban has bought up a bunch of physical gold or physical silver. Of course, that'll come out after the guy makes a huge purchase, because then he'll have an interest in the price going up. Now, of course, I'm not saying I think that's the case, but enough people brought it up to me that I believed it warranted being discussed in this video. No matter what happens, we can rest assured that precious metals will maintain their value. Who cares about the price per se? It's the value. What can you get with an ounce of gold? What can you get with an ounce of silver? Heck, 3,000 years ago, people had no clue what a dollar would be, but they knew what a fine suit of clothes was, they knew what a bushel of wheat was, and they knew how much silver and how much gold it would cost to buy it, which coincidentally is about the same right now. We'll ride these storm waves out, whether the billionaires say good things or bad things about the precious metals. We know our belief, and we will stick with the metals as a good store of value. Hey, thank you for joining me in Ron's Basement. You know you're always welcome here. I'm going to look forward to seeing you next time. Be well.